Farescape Engineers Inspector Summary Video. Here we are in Cleveland, Ohio. This is on Euclid. And this fire escape is a whole diamond plate, fully welded fire escape. Fire escape must be structurally sound, must be kept painted in order to pass the load test. It has not been kept painted and is not structurally sound, so we cannot proceed to the load test. The code is: the authority having jurisdiction shall accept by load test or other evidence of strength. Right now, we don't have other evidence of strength, and we cannot proceed to a load test because there's structural issues that I'm about to point out. So in regards to must be kept painted, must be structurally sound, must be kept painted means this has to have a paint job. But the EPA states that this fire escape, which is older than 1978, has lead. So because it has lead, you have to have an EPA renovator's license to touch it, scrape it, and paint it. As far as the structural work, it's all welded. Every welded connection here must have a backup bolt. We cannot load test any welded connection. Too old, but as soon as you back up any good welded connection with a bolt, then we don't have to worry about a load test. Put a bracket across here, put a bolt, don't have to worry about the load. Put a clip down there, so all major structural gets bolted. Any minor structural such as this, as long as it's in good order, don't need it. But the major structural such as posts, angle tops must be rebolted. Okay, going down, the whole tread, all the treads are welded, so they need to have an angle bracket underneath with a bolt. This is all welded, so you need to have an angle bracket with bolts this way, bolt that way. Don't need a load test. The diamond plate must be lifted off of this. Look at all the rust in there and all the rust jacking that's happening. Now this is also affecting the possibility of the C-channel being rotted. So, and again, you're about 25 feet from the ground here, so you're probably gonna have to use a lift of some sort to get access. This entire bracket is a combination of rivets and welds. So those need to be all backed up, changed. Any rivets, if they're in good order, they stay, and then you proceed to the load test, or change rivets out, or back them up, or reinforce them. There is no need for a load test. So again, this is minor connection, but look, it's starting to rust from underneath. Got it? So that means you have to cleanse it, and then going back, can't weld these back. No welding machine on this at all. The EPA says you cannot weld anything that has lead, so no longer can a welding company just come here and weld this all. You have to remove all the rust, rebolt 100% of all the welded connections, and that'll avoid the load test. She needs a footing here because she's rotting, and she can actually move around, so she's not properly supported. So you need a footing here, and she's all rotted at the feet. As you can see, a lot of rust in that joints. So this whole area down below needs to be done. Going here, you can see all the rust jacking that's happening up above. You can see all the welded connections and all the riveted connections that we need to deal with, and then it's got to be sealed against the building. Must be verified into the building or duplicated into the building to avoid having to do the load test. So between the rivets and the combination and any rust jacking, clean it all out, scrape and paint. There's the through bolt right there, it needs to be verified on the inside. We also have here this crossover. She's rotted right here. She's all rotted. But this is part of the code. All exterior steel or wooden stairs, bridges and balconies. This is a bridge. It's an egress. Must be, you gotta, unless you want to close that door off and block this off completely, but the whole thing needs to be refurbished. Tying back into the building. The clips over here. The center C-channel is all rotted out. It's not even supporting. The grating must be scraped and painted. And again, she's about 15 feet off the ground, but this is a bridge. We must be part. So it's part of this job. This job and this bridge is all considered one job for bidding purposes. This is fire escape number 2. That's fire escape number 1. This is fire escape number 2. And that fire escape number 2 will include this bridge for bidding purposes. Any questions? Fire Escape Engineers Inspector Summary Video, 866-649-0333. 866-649-0333. Fire Escape Engineers.